We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here with one of the greatest to ever emerge out of the Midwest. No question, top 5 greatest St. Louis battle rapper of all time, and just all around great human being. Salute to you, Ooops. How you feeling today?
Man, I feel good, bro. Happy to be here. Happy we made this happen. Ready to have this conversation. I really appreciate the opportunity.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for taking this time to do this. Thank you for your contribution to the culture. But with that said, let's jump right into it. The first battle I want to talk to you about is you versus Born. I want to tell you some of my favorite bars. And then I want you to tell me what you remember from that battle.
Okay.
So Think Baby Mummification, I Came to Rap Born, The Shady Shit, Hoffa Pulled Verse Red, I Was Going Aftermath, and we're going to talk about that. Even Your Queen to Get the Long Cap, that's Nefertiti. I Had My Delivery Together Before Born, that's Lamar's Class, crazy. For any sneak diss, I'll punch Joe as a consequence. You had to be there for that. The Tool to Show the Bitch and Born, ain't that an ultrasound? Crazy. What's on base side of Freeze Time like Zach Morris? Crazy. I got the power to touch souls through words. This is a seance. Crazy. You missed every fucking shot. Why you think he had a classic with Briggs? Oh my God. Talk to me about that battle and what you remember from it.
So a couple things I remember for that battle. Shout out to Born. Born is one of the most underrated punchers of all time.
Fact.
Born can absolutely rap. I think what hurt Born, ultimately in the long run was just like, his demeanor sometimes. But if you talk about rapping, Born can rap. So I remember everybody had me lose in that battle. Born he gonna punch Ooops lights out. Ooops can't rap with him, blah, blah, blah. And I remember Born saying that battle was like a home game for me since it was RBE. But we battle in New York. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, bro, this is your crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about, whatever platform it is. So it was Born who wanted nobody on stage because he didn't want to feel like I had an advantage. So that's why it's just me and Born on stage with nobody behind us. Mm-hmm. And I remember telling Adam, ARP, that if Born can't do what he does better than what I do, right? Because Born can punch, but Born's not going to have a moment. Born is, he's not going to have as much charisma on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why one of my favorite bars in the battle is, what good is a Pac verse if Nick Cannon the one saying it, right? Because they always say, well, Born could punch, Born da-da-da. But if we don't believe you, right? Like if we can't buy into it, then how good actually is it?
Matter.
You know what I'm saying?
You look visibly bothered when you hit him with the consensuses. You saw this shit.
Oh, he got tight. He got tight at all. No, look, before the battle, me and Born wasn't as cool. We are now, but during I had to check his temperature. Like, hold on, what you because this could go a different way. But no, it was I remember that's one of my favorite, I can say, wins because of the amount of people that counted me out against Born, because they always count me out when it comes to these rappers, or when it comes to punchers, or when it comes to, whatever somebody else does well. And I tell everybody, you have to do what you do better than what I do. And the way I do me, if I'm there, if I'm on, then it's very hard to beat me.
That's a fact. That's a super fact. Speaking of very difficult to win, we got to talk about this next one. It was a couple bands on the line, Ooops versus O-Red. And, on the rewatch, there's some things to talk about. So my favorite bars from this one is, you see Oops with a bunch of clips, now catch all these bloopers. Thought that was crazy. Think a lot of Xavier show off from either side. I let it sing. Crazy. St. Louis Lob City, you could catch Oops everywhere. Crazy. The wrong word get red X like Family Feud. I pray the cancer battle ain't my last battle. Then the lights dim. Y'all want me to pipe down? Well, try telling that to the parents of Oscar Grant, Eric Gardner, Sean Bell, and Mike Brown. Rest in peace to those brothers. Shook can't even look me in my eyes and ask me what my life like. Nigga, fuck walking in my shoes. He couldn't even handle the sound bites. Oh my God. You was wilding against O-Red, and I truly feel, salute the math, it's my brother. I look up to him. He's a legend, but I feel like he made the wrong call. I got you winning this battle first and third, brother. What you remember about you and O-Red?
I remember after the battle, me telling Math that he's smoking dope.
Salute Math, but he was wild.
Salute, bro.
Wild.
But I remember going into that battle, everybody telling me don't sleep on Red, don't sleep on Red. And I had a bit of a cocky attitude, I ain't gonna lie, because I watched O-Red, and O-Red is very talented. In my head, I'm like, man, he ain't that though. I remember me continue to tell myself that, right? And then I got on stage with Red. And the way the man commands the stage and commands attention, no matter what he's saying, right? I learned a lot from Red that night too, like, you know what I'm saying, to be honest. And I remember Red rapping. And I remember when he got to his translation shit, and he going through it and done on the mama, and I'm like, oh, this shit whack. And when he did the translation, I said, oh,
that shit hit.
I said, okay, bet this is why Red is Red. Okay, I got you. But I remember writing for that battle and saying, money on the line, like I gotta show people that I'm gonna win. And that was my first big third round. That was my first ever, but I only did it half the round because I wanted to test it out.
Okay.
Right. So I did the whole, Ferguson, the Mike Brown piece and what he was going through, and then I split, and then I remember second half I just started wigging on them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and what else I remember about that battle is in my third, so Jazz, Nunu Nails, and they whole little crew was over in the corner. And when I said, what y'all gonna say? Jazz lost to 40 lost to Jazz. And Jazz, all of them was like, yeah, I got loud. I said, oh my God, y'all bit the bait. So when I landed that haymaker, in my head, I'm like, oh, there's nothing Red could do. There's nothing Red could do with this third. I don't care how good you rap. Like, unless you have a Lux round right now, there's nothing you could do. And I remember him rapping like, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's good. That's dope. That's not enough. That's not enough. And he finished. I'm like, oh, this bread, man.
It's done. Yeah.
Man, he got down. But I'm not even gonna talk about math, right?
Okay.
Because, bro, Spanish Harlem. You was the one you picked me to lose before him. It should even went down to math for the vote. It should have been 2-0 out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this is where politics play, right? This is not necessarily politics, but this is where when you have a bigger name, right? When you have a bigger, it starts to trickle into people's mind. And they could be like, what a rebuttal, da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, well, the rebuttal is, if you go back to the rebuttal, it's like, nah, it ain't even hit like that because it didn't make sense. But
and it don't even hold no weight to everything.
It don't hold no weight.
Yeah.
Everything I said in the third, the operation line, I was going crazy, right? Wow. Operate, that's some shit that Red knows. Because when I put that metal to operate, don't it light up that Red nose? I was like, I remember writing that and like, hey, this is some of the best shit I ever wrote. This is some of the best shit I ever wrote. And I remember that battle. And what's funny is after that battle, every interview that Red did, Red was like, oh, Ooops was coming for blood. Like, Ooops was not playing. Like that's one of the hardest battles I ever had. And one of the cats that put up a piece of the bread on red side, right? One of the cats who put up the bread when the battle dropped sent me 500 of the money back.
Oh, what?
Shouts out to my homeboy Game J, NHB. It's a fact. You heard it here first.
That's very solid.
He was like, nah, bro. Nah, bro.
That's crazy.
He's like, nah, bro.
That was incredible. I'm so glad you said that. That gave me some closure about that battle. Okay, so the next battle I want to talk to you about, I gotta take my glasses off when I say this. Oops. I cried watching this battle, brother. I've never cried watching a battle in my life. You understand? That battle's this moment in history. That battle it's too much. It's too much to put into words. So I just got to salute you. I want you to see my face when I say this. I salute you to the fullest for that battle. All right, now back to being Frank White. So Ooops versus Daylyt. One of the most incredible battles I've ever watched in my life. I cried watching this. I recommend it to everybody that wants to get into battle rap. It's in my top 10 battles of all time. You could easily say it's top 5, to be honest. Now, some of your bars. I'm Mr. Rogers. They knew to hang it up when I'm stepping in. When you do that gay shit, you rep Dot Mob, not Writer's Block. So funny. This ain't even no battle rap for real. It's an intervention. I'm a sharpshooter. I can't die in this ring. I got a different heart. I see your tattoos, but I look deeper. I see a different mark. I fucked the battle up with that extra shit like you versus Surf. That battle was insane. I know you young and restless, but we don't need no more of these days in our lives. And that third round, I didn't even want to quote nothing. If you're watching this interview, stop what you're doing. Go watch Daylyt versus Ooops, one of the greatest rap battles of all time. Now talk to me about that battle. How do we get to that battle? What do you remember from that battle? And do you know how incredibly impactful that battle is?
So I got you. And I'm going to try to keep it condensed as I can.
Take your time.
We here. For 7 years. But first off, we were both Writer's Block. At the time when Writer's Block was formed, we had literally the best pens in battle rap, right? And it was more than just a group of rappers, right? It was a lot of stuff that we was trying to do. We talked about doing. A lot of it didn't come into fruition, but when everybody went their separate ways, like mostly everybody really capitalized on what talents they had outside of just battle rapping. Right. And so coming off the old Red battle, and then I have a really good year that year. And ARP hit me up like, hey, you know, these block on block battles, you know, they create classics. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you versus Daylyt, and I instantly was like, this is about to be the hardest battle I've ever had, because we know that if you don't get a bullshit in Daylyt,
it's gonna be a movie.
Daylyt can easily be your top 3 pen and not 3 or 2. Honestly, right? Okay. Arguably, but it's real, right? Yeah. And so I know for a fact that Daylight's gonna show up against me. We brothers, like brothers in real life. We really rock with each other, right? And also, he knows like there had been a span where he was on some bullshit in battle rap.
That's a fact.
So they was looking at him like, man, look, you about 3 seconds from getting canceled. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so when he hit me up, I hit Daylyt. I said, hey, bro, I need you to rap. Do not play with me, bro. Because if you pull any, I said this verbatim. I said, if you pull any shit on stage, bro, I'm Bobby Boucherin you right there. Like we're gonna go viral one way or another. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. Jesus. He like, nah, bro, we good. I got you. Cool. So battle happened, very highly anticipated, but once again, everybody like, oh, ain't nothing Ooops could do with Daylyt. Daylyt show up the way we know he can, 30, body bag, blah, 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 right? Daylyt even telling these cats like, man, I better not sleep on Ooops. Like, you gotta relax. Damn. So Daylyt calls me. I think we probably a month out.
Mm-hmm.
I had this idea in my head where I wasn't going to do an impactful third round. I said, I'm going to show everybody I can rap with Daylyt. I had a round full of some of the most unique Daylyt name flips, like back to back to back. I was going to start off with something like emotional in the first round, and then, the first part of the third round, and then say, fuck it, and just start wigging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was my mindset, right? So I wrote that round first.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote my third round first. Then I wrote my other rounds. I got my rounds done in a crazy amount of time because I was so motivated for the battle. So now I know my shit. Because at the time, I did have spaces where I had these choking issues.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I can't. Right now, it was red before this, but this is the biggest battle of my career now, right? So Daylyt called me. He said, "Oops, rap me one of your rounds." I said, "No, nigga, I'm not rapping one of my rounds." What are you talking about? He's like, "Nah, bro." He's like, I'm finna really smoke you, bro. He's like, "Rap me one of your rounds, bro. I'm trying to make sure if I need to tell you to rewrite it." I said, "Bro, I am not rapping you. I'm not rapping you one of my rounds." I said, "Rap me your first. If you rap me your first, I'll rap you one of my rounds." So I didn't even get to, like, in my head, I'm like, this nigga not finna rap. He bullshit. We finna get off the phone. Mm-hmm. Nigga start rapping. Damn. He literally rapped the first part is first. Mm-hmm. And when he got to the Sean Marion type shit, I'll give him a shot. The Sean Marion type shit about to get ugly for him. I said, hold on, stop. I said, don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else.
You knew he was ready. You knew he was ready.
Stop. I said, stop, bro. He said, yeah, Grape Street. He got to talking crazy. So I'm laughing. And he's like, "No, Oops, I can't play with you, bro. I gotta send you to the upper room, bro." So I'm like, all right. So he like, "Nah, bro, you got it. You're a man of your word." So I said, "Bet, bro, I'm finna rap my third." He like, "Don't give me your third out of all round." I'm like, "Bro, watch this." So I out the gate. Boom, 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 boom. He like, "Hold up. Oh, we finna have a goodie, bro. We finna have a goodie. Get off my phone, bro." Hung up on me, bro. Mm-hmm. So he hangs up. Cool. We get to the day of the battle. We really could shoot a whole little like movie scene about how this battle happened and when it went down. So he gets to, I always, in New York, I was married to another person at the time, my ex-wife. Mm-hmm. And we would always, like, when she would come to the battles or whatever, we would always get separate, our room away from where everybody else, right? Mm-hmm. And so we had got this room. The motherfucker was nice, big ass suite. Two bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, like the mother was nice. And so Day and his wife got in early and they couldn't check into their hotel. Mm-hmm. So he came to my room. I said, "Y'all go ahead. Y'all can have that room over there." I said, "Y'all can have that bathroom over there." Boom. At one point, Daylyt in the bathroom, I'm in the bathroom, and all you hear is whispering. We both going over our So Daylyt, he like, "Bro, let's go walk and get something to eat." So we found a little spot down the street. Daylyt on one side of the street. I'm on the other side of the street. We walking, headphones on, going over our shit. Somebody said, "Hey, Day, who you battling?" He was like, "That weak ass nigga Oops." So the dude turned around and see me like, "Oh, that's crazy. I'm in the building." Da, 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 da. So we get there that night, bro. It's packed. Everybody there. Rex. Everybody was there. So get on stage. Daylyt go first. First round, he cooked. First round, I did pretty good, but I felt like after that, I'm like, he got me.
Yeah.
He got me 1-0. So going to the second round, he cooked again, but it's not as good as his first round. Mm-hmm. And that's the round where I had the days of the week scheme, and I had the, you know what I'm saying, the days of our lives, and I was going. I said, "Oh yeah, I got this one.
Yeah,
I got this one. Yeah, 1-1. Oh, we good." I say, "This nigga is not finna out rap me in this third, bro." when that nigga said, I gotta pause to tell y'all my story, I said, don't do me like that. You can't pull a me on me, bro. Like, don't do that. And he was rapping, and it was pops at my door, but never dad.
Never dad. Oh my!
Like a MySpace, like a new MySpace account, A Tom was the only friend I ever had. So mind you, Big Cannon is sitting right behind me, standing right behind me. Mm-hmm. When that nigga said, "Cause in Watts, you have to be a red or a blue nigga, or a true nigga. But either way it go, you gonna be a killer. Follow the rules, nigga. Cause Steve Urkel showed us when a square randomly get a machine out of nowhere, he a cool nigga."
Crazy.
I turned. You see me, bro. Anybody who's gonna go back and watch this battle, just fact check what I'm saying. You see me turn around, my back completely to the camera. I look at Big Cannon and said, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?" God damn. And then I turned back around with a straight face, like. So he wilding. I'm like, he not gonna give me no opening. Then when he hit the Martin Luther King shit, I was like, oh yeah, that's my opening bet. Cause he ain't like the crowd ain't really, they ain't really rock with that for real. I was like, I bet that's my opening. But his third is crazy. Bet if I deliver anything remotely close, we got a classic. Now, mind you, I told you what my third round was.
All day flips and all that.
All day flips, punch. And that morning I woke up and I told my ex-wife, I was like, hey, man, I had this crazy ass dream. I was like, I wish I could remember it. Like in battle rap form. I was like, but I'm too. She's like, nah, don't get the fuck up there choking and da shit. I'm like, I bet. So I stepped to the front of the stage, bro. I'm about to start rapping, and then I pause. As soon as I pause, I put my hand on my chin, and Ill Will is in front. Ill Will say, hey, you got to get it together. You hear him on the footage. I was like, whew. Bro, I closed my eyes, and I was like, fuck it. I just start recalling the dream, bro. And I'm like, only thing I got to do is make sure the last word rhymes with the next bar. But I said in my head, I'm just going to talk. I'm not even going to rap. I'm just going to talk. I'm going to tell them a true story. Damn. Bro, when I tell you, it just started flowing. And when I got to the, and I got confused at the part when I was like, yeah, because when you come in, I lie with you. Because even when I ride with you, I was like, oh yeah, it's going. It's working. It's working. Bro, and when I ended it, I was like, damn. This probably one of the best battle raps in battle rap history, bro. Like it hit me right then and there. I said, I'm probably one of the best. I'm probably a part of one of the best battle raps in battle rap history. Ever. And I looked in the crowd. People was crying. I turned around.
Yeah.
Dave wife and my ex-wife back there crying, hugging each other.
God.
Dave trying to be funny on stage, he damn near started crying.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, after that, everybody was just like in awe, right? I get off stage, everybody like, it's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that. My phone started blowing up, Twitter going crazy, everything going crazy, right? They like, man, we just saw people dropping instant reactions. One brother dropped a reaction. The tears there. He like, nah, I got to get this right now, And so I knew how impactful it was to a certain extent, but it was 4 moments that made me realize it. Ruin Your Day was doing an interview with Alchemist. And Alchemist was like, I'm going to tell y'all though that Ooops versus Daylyt, that third round, bro, I'm like, okay, cool. I take my daughters. I'll never forget. I took September 2017. I took my daughters to Florida. I took all my kids to Florida, and we went to a theme park. And we in there. I'm getting the wristbands for the rides for all the kids. And dude turned around and was like, he said, "Bro, I'm watching your battle right now. Listen."
God damn.
I was like, that's crazy. And so the last time they got me was when I first moved to Arizona in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my now wife, she took me to Denny's by our house. Mm-hmm. And we standing in line to get a table, and the guy next to me just keep looking at me. And I turn around and look at him. And he's like, "Bro, can I get a hug?" I was like, "Yeah, you good?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm good." So I gave him a 5, brought him in, embraced him. And he grabbed my hand like this and was like, "Bro, when I tell you my level of fatherhood went up to a whole different level after watching you versus Daylyt, bro." He was like, "That battle changed my life. Bro, you could have bought me for the shiniest penny on the ground, bro." Like, I was done for. I'm like, I'm like, damn, that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do it. And I remember them third rounds, bro. A lot of people initially before the Daylyt battle was like, "Man, we don't want to hear that preaching shit. Like, that shit ain't, go give a speech. Nigga, I ain't got no place in battle rap." And I got discouraged, right? Jazz the rapper. Yeah. Jazz the rapper, somebody I always like. That's my little sister. We've been dating for a long time. Mm-hmm. And Jazz was like, "Man, you better keep doing you. Like, man, don't." You know what I'm saying? Don't. Nah. And Magic said the same thing. Everybody in Writer's Block said the same thing. So I just kept on with the thirds. But that battle, that battle will forever go down in history.
100%. One of the greatest battles of all time. And thank you for that. Thank you. I can't believe you freestyled that third. You out of your mind, brother. That's crazy. ARP told me that, and I didn't believe it until you just said it. Like when he told me that you did, because when I first got salute ARP, when I first
salute my bro.
Speak with them, ARP is an incredible human being. If you ever get the chance to have a conversation with ARP, it's nothing but knowledge and jewels, and just he did so much. You know what I'm saying? And it's somebody who, like, anytime I even talk to him or text them, any type of communication with ARP, I always make sure it's up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm my best having a conversation with him. So of course I had to reach out to ARP, and we're gonna get to what ARP and I talked about. But I gotta talk about one more battle. You versus B-Dot. Now, you versus B-Dot, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a huge fan of B-Dot, huge fan of yours. There's a segment of B-Dot's third that I didn't like, because it's like, and all due respects to him, you know what I'm saying? Every artist chooses what decisions they make in the battle, and it's his artistic expression, and I'm nobody to question it. But I felt like there was an opportunity to show unity instead of attacking you. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, you have the opportunity right here to uplift, to do the opposite of what people expect from you. You have the chance to commend somebody for the self-sacrifice of trying to better his people. And instead, he had these attack points for you. And I was just like, oh, man, I don't like this decision. And I love B-Dot. I love his battles. But that bothered me so much about this battle, because I was like, damn, you could have done something totally different with this opportunity. But nonetheless, it's a very good battle. Y'all both was wilding. I got to tell you some of my favorite bars from you. They say the revolution will not be televised. Well, thanks to us, it's getting YouTube. Every battle was like a blackout card. We had to show up to find out who he was facing. I want y'all to feel Dot. I'm teaching Braille. In order to see the pick, we needed 3-dimension. Why be Cain and Abel when I'm able be the Cain to help him stand strong? This for anybody that ever had to compress a gunshot wound and ain't never been to med school. Y'all seen me with Ruffalo. I just got to show you the mark out different. Off the top, I got this idea when I seen them scribble jams. People don't even know. Idea versus Shells was like the oldest battle I remember watching back in '99. In America, I can't let him befriend my son unless he's ready to take a bullet for him. My life feel like Shawshank Redemption. Think about it with the heavier scenes. So when I did think Morgan Freeman, I want y'all to picture my voice over everything. Oh my God. You was wildin' versus B-Dot. Talk to me about that battle. What you remember from that battle. And the shots at Charron was wonderful too. I love Charron to death, but them shots set up for a later great battle. But talk to me.
So you forgot one. You know what I did with that key to the city? I went to Home Depot and made copies for the hood.
Wildin'.
So I'm gonna give you the real. I'm gonna give you the honest to God truth and the real about this battle. B-Dot was on a break. B-Dot hadn't battled in like a year and a half.
Okay.
Everybody wanted to see me and B-Dot. We hit up ARP because I was like, bro, got to get first dibs. You know what I'm saying? He like, damn. He's like, I could try to make it happen right now, but he just had things in works right already because he's a very strategic person. Like he don't just throw battles together. Like his shit be set out 8 months, sometimes a year in advance. You know what I'm saying? And so I respected that. And he was like, but if y'all could go get money, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could go do it on a bigger platform, you know, on another, he ain't say bigger, another platform. He's like, it's all good, bet. So we hit KOTD up. Shouts out to them. They always done great business, and Organic and Gully and the whole team. They're just good people. They're just naturally good people all the time. So I hit B-Dot up and I say, what do you need for the battle? I'm giving you inside baseball right now, Frank.
Let's go.
I said, what do you need for the battle? He told me what he needed for the battle. I told them his price and just a couple dollars more because I was willing to take the hit because I knew I kind of talked to them about what they budget would be for the battle. I wanted him to make sure he got his money. I was cool. I was in a good situation. I'm cool. So it got to the point where he like, all right, bet this is what I need. So I negotiated it. Boom. This is what we gonna get. Boom, 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 boom. Bet. Battle set. Right. Dang. I'm always up in LA. We shoot the trailer. You know what I'm saying? Avocado get me on the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just everything working out. Me and him have a conversation again. We on the phone. He like, Malcolm, get off that couch. I said, Malcolm? He said, yeah, my son named Malcolm. I said, oh, my son named King. I said, oh, that's crazy, bro. We just started laughing, right? In my head, I instantly put that bar in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, bet. Click. You know what I'm saying? And so we talking, and I say, bro, this is an opportunity. I said, we fuck with KOTD, but we also battling on an all-white platform. It's an opportunity. He like, yeah, bro, we gotta bring this shit together. I'm like, yeah. Not saying, hey, you gotta rap like this, you gotta rap like this, you gotta rap like this, but the consensus was this was a unity thing, right? So if you go throughout what it was supposed to be, so throughout all my 3 rounds, I never once attacked B-Dot. Not one time did I attack, bro. Dang. Right? And after the first round, when we start the second, if you go back and watch it, when they say, all right, second round on Oops, you clearly hear me say, hey, bro, you know we got to talk after this, right?
You said that. I remember hearing that.
And he dropped his head like, all right. So I get to my second, boom, 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 boom. Still going to uplift him. I ain't going to change nothing. Get to my third. Because my whole third was really about Charron. Like, that's what I wanted to highlight. Yeah, because I really, me and Charron are in a better place now, but I just didn't like Charron. There was so many things that were done that I didn't like that was bigger than battle rap to me, right? It was cultural things. You know what I'm saying? And it's this idea that you can come here and say these things and get praised for it, but nobody's educating you the way that they should because battle rap is this wrestling type sport, right? WWF. Not for me. It's real. You know what I'm saying? So let me just school you a little bit. And me and Charron in a real good spot now, especially after Pat Stay, rest in peace, Pat Stay. But you know, we in a good spot. So that battle for me was more so, I'm on a white platform. I can talk about struggle in a whole different way. I can let y'all know, I can educate y'all on how to be not good allies, but good co-accomplices, right? That's why I said I can't let your son be friend of mine unless he willing to take a bullet for him. I don't want him to just go out there and hold a sign for him. I don't want him to just make a stat or wear a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Like, nah, I want him in the front lines. And when they step up, I want him throwing his body in front of my boy because of the advantage and the privilege that comes with your skin color, right? Use that as a superpower, because you're going to be able to stop something. You're going to be able to withhold something. They're not going to do something to you that they might do to my son, right? And so that was the biggest part of that, was like, all right, bet I'm finna educate these white folks. I love them. You know what I'm saying? And if they truly love me, they're going to understand the education they're going to get behind it.
And receive it with love. Right.
Yeah, and receive it with love. And they did. They did. You know what I'm saying? And so that battle was great. My wife still ain't got over that battle. She's still on. She's still mad at B-Dot. We seen B-Dot 2 years later, and B-Dot was like, "Hey, Queen." My wife was like, "Man, I don't fuck with you." She like, nah.
Salute B-Dot, but that's valid. I salute B-Dot.
Valid. Hey,
that's a very valid
wife. Hey, my wife is not, she don't play no games about her husband, boy. And she's a battle rap fan. Like, she loves battle rap. She could break down bars, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, and B-Dot, my brother, I ain't talked to him in a long time, because I knew he just stepped away from me. And I love B-Dot, man. I love him. I love everything he stands for.
Yeah.
Always wish him the best. I understand why he stepped away from this shit, because it can take a toll on you.
100%.
It's just the way life works. I remember bro attacking me about my mental health, right, in the battle. Only years later to kind of go through this mental health struggle, you know. And I don't wish that on nobody, because I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But it's also a testament to what we need to do as Black folks, especially Black men. To take care of our mental health, be vulnerable about our mental health, and be truthful about the type of help that we need, and be truthful about the things that impact us and how deep they impact us, so we can get the necessary resources, help, support that'll keep us here.
100%. 100%. I really do truly believe that therapy should be free for us as a people, you know?
Absolutely.
I think it should be something that we get just, it's therapy changed my life and saved my life. And I encourage everybody to get it, but I truly feel like it's something we should get for free based on that, just living and being us in this crazy society. But you and B-Dot had a great battle. I didn't like his creative decision in the battle, but I still got number love from B-Dot.
Me too.
The culture. And I love the shot to Charron. And ironically, I've been watching battle rap for multiple decades. And at 99, as I said, and then 2019, I got on Twitter and saw battle rap had a place on Twitter. And 2021, with a Twitter friend of mine, we both went to my very first battle rap event after watching battle rap for 2 decades. This is before I became a sponsor or anything like that. 2021, we went out to see Geechee Gotti versus A-War 2 at Monopoly, and I got to watch you and Charron battle live, and it was an incredible experience. Y'all tore the roof off the building. So salute to you. I wish that I had been there for you and Daylyt, but being able to see you and Charron live was incredible too. So big salute to you. Yeah. And I was looking through my phone because I want to quote it verbatim. So I asked ARP, I said, I'm about to do this Ooops interview. Tell me what Ooops means to you. You know what I'm saying? And graciously ARP said, yeah, I'm going to tell you a lot. So he wrote it down so that I could make sure to quote him. He said 4 things that will always mean a lot to me when it comes to Ooops. 1, he was the very first RBE battle. He literally opened up the event of our first card. 2, He was Mr. Message. The personality of early RBE gave a lane for fans to seek that on RBE. Some battlers used to even rap about it, and Ooops fills that lane and etched us in the substance bracket with his third rounds. 3, he arguably has the best battle on the RBE channel. 4, and also Day versus Ooops is in my top 3, no order, favorite rap battles of all time. Standing there during that battle is a piece of my hip hop history that I experienced that is priceless. ARP got number love for you, brother. What does that mean to you?
That's crazy. Man, that means the world, because the way our relationship even started, even through battle rap, was genuine, right? I remember when I did that battle, the first battle, he put me up against somebody he knew from around his way. And I told him, I said, don't pay me. I'll pay for my own flight, my own room, just let me show you what I could do, right? And so I went there. It was Mike Terror was there. It was before. It was just the beginning of everything, right? And after the battle, I went crazy. I got dude smooth the fuck up out here. And after that battle, he said, "What's your PayPal?" He paid me.
Damn.
Paid the most I got paid for a battle for one.
Damn.
And I was like, it ain't even about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's more about you respecting my talent enough, knowing what I put in to come here and perform, to compensate me for that. Even though that wasn't in the contract, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it was just his belief in me, right? Like, dude just has this unbelievable amount of like, oops. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to put me up against a Red. He didn't have to put me up against Daylyt. You know what I'm saying? And what we built at RBE, you know, that's why the Craig Lamar battle is one of my favorite battles. And like I told him in that battle, right? Like, remember, you know, we was building this brick by brick. I was your first stone, you know, and we even went through a period of disagreement, right?
Okay.
Especially when I went over to URL, and I battled a few times over there on URL. Then I made my return to RBE versus Real Deal. And in that battle, I talked to RBE, right? I mean, I talked to the RBE platform. I talked to ARP. And like I said, you know, that beef shit, it wasn't for us. You know, that ain't brothers beyond battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, when his son, I remember seeing his son Dia's outfit like I used to wear for his birthday. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just always love like that. And also another part of the battle, just remembering that when I was talking Real Deal, it was like, I went to URL and never talk shit about you. That's how real feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to down you, bro, because we always, you know, you always got a place in my heart. You got a place in my life. Then when we were able to reconnect, you know, and just get back the same age, or even just talking, you know what I'm saying? Even just hollering at each other, texting, checking on each other, because he ain't been doing events for real. You know what I'm saying? So, dude mean the world to me. The two top people in my life when it comes to battle rap is ARP and O from Street Status.
Salute Street Status.
Yeah, O put me on my first stage. Like, he believed in me first before anybody. You know what I'm saying? He made it possible for me to link with RBE. You know what I'm saying? And with Adam. So them two cats always hold not only a special place in my battle rap career, as folks who help jumpstart and catapult my career, but both of them, ironically, I call brother. So
amazing. Whew, damn, we've been covering a lot. How's your signal on your side? Are you still clear on your side?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm in my work. I'm in my homework office. We ain't got no issues. So we good.
Okay. So the next question, I want to get into some real life. So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you what Damn, I just need a second to recover from everything we just went through. What does it mean to you to be named St. Louis Superman?
Ooh, good one. That's a heavy one too. To be named St. Louis Superman is an extreme honor. But it also comes with a lot of heartache. And to be honest, it's a gift and a curse. Let's take the name, right? Bruce Wayne became Batman. It took darkness, right? It took the loss for him to go into this like vigilante superhero, right? Peter Parker got bit by a spider. Hulk with the gamma rays and stuff, right? Superman was born Superman.
Damn.
He was born with all his powers. Clark Kent is who he had to be in order to fit in. He had to dumb himself down. He had to not expose power. He had to do all these different things in order to keep that identity for the world. Because Clark Kent and Superman, in my opinion, were equally as valuable to the world. Because you had Superman who can do anything, right? Strength anybody, bulletproof, save the world. But then you also had this human who everybody saw as a good human being, right? Even though he wasn't actually a human. They saw him as this good person, right? He showed you love. He showed with a relationship, him and Lois, and his writing. And if you dig deep into who Clark Kent was, he was a good human. And very often you don't get like a really good human and a superhero. But never have you ever gotten the I was born a superhero, right? So for me, what I do now, I didn't know, but I come to know now that I was born for everything that I went through. I was born specifically for those reasons, right? To go through the pain I went through, to lose the amount of people I went through, to be there when Michael Brown was killed, to transition into politics, coming straight from the hood, but still being out there in the front lines, toe to toe, whatever we needed. Using my smarts, using my battle rap education to get on the house floor and be able to debate and go back and forth and get the things we need for the community. Bring millions of things back into the community to no matter what, right? Superman's number one op wasn't Lex Luthor. Superman's number one op was the system. Because